What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, toasting. The Ritual AM mixed into my Pachamama coffee to all y'all. As I do every time I do an apology video. I'm sorry. So sorry. I'm gonna stop right now. Because Stan might think I'm making the moves on him, and while I might be, I'm not going to do it in this format on this video. Stan Efferding is a legend. Probably one of the smartest men in our industry. He came out with a diet, the vertical diet. I'm not going to say I went hard on it. I'm going to say I was critical of it. I might have used words like it's retarded, which I tend to do when I just speak out of my butt. And I tend to do that quite a bit. I'm very opinionated. However, that was just looking at the food choices, not looking at the entire diet or the reasons for it. And also, well, we're always evolving, we're always learning. While it wouldn't be my choice, I can see why this diet is getting such PR. Look, dude, I really think we've been recommending too much fucking fiber. I really do. At the end of the day, if there's anything the carnivore diet has shown us, carnivore diet is essentially where you eat, well, just animal-based products. These guys are getting literally no meat. They're processing things just fine. Well, I personally like having fiber in my diet. As someone who does have irritable bowel syndrome and just got off the toilet, I completely understand why Stan's diet is completely great for a lot of people. It avoids things called FODMAPs. FODMAPs are things that will upset people's stomach if they're allergic to them or if they have any kind of irritability to foods. Now, let's look at what the vertical diet you can eat. We'll go over why it's good, why I may not agree with it, and then apologizing because I really do think he got a lot of things right. Number one is instead of eating chicken, et cetera, he recommends eating steak. Loaded with B vitamins, iron, and healthy fats. I do believe, like Stan does, that beef, steak, whatever, is superior to white meat like chicken, pork, etc. Because it is one of the most nutrient-dense foods we can put into our body.
I'm gonna try the outright bar for the first time.
Here we go.
That's not even supposed to be that good. I could eat these all day long. Wow.
This is so good. Can I have all of them right now? You can actually taste the peanut butter. Definitely worth buying or having in my house all the time. Oh my god.
It's not chewy or where you feel like your teeth are gonna fall out after you eat it.
It's really soft, like a peanut butter cookie.
Still have like the natural, like the oats and the grains in it. They just come right out when you eat it. So it means you're getting that good stuff.
So right there, the number one cornerstone of this diet, I agree with. What I don't agree with much is white rice, because white rice is pretty lacking in nutrients. In fact, it's pretty fucking empty. However, it's easy to digest. It provides carbs that are available for athletes to use. And being that this diet was originally formulated for athletes, strongmen, people who have to have that extreme output requiring glucose. Yes. White rice might be a good choice because for micronutrients, he does have sweet potatoes in there. He does have origins in there. He does have juices in there. He does have carrots in there. He does have peppers in there. So from those food sources, you're going to get micronutrients and a little bit of fiber. Not going to be a huge amount of fiber, but a good amount of fiber. I think they recommend, 30 grams of fiber a day? Bro, it's not gonna be that hard to get 30 grams of fiber from those food choices. So looking at the vertical diet, what foods do you avoid? Grains, phytic acid and gluten, because people with celiac or even a slight degree of, I know gluten intolerance is actually the people who invented gluten intolerance said it's bullshit, but some people gluten's not really digestible by the body, okay? I get it. Wheat, bread, pasta, breakfast cereals. What those do, well, they're really you can overeat the shit out of those. So if you have a diet where you're eating the same foods over and over, monotony, I don't believe it's going to cause a micronutrient deficiency. I actually believe for dietary adherence and not fucking up on your diet, by eliminating things like breakfast cereals, you're going to prevent going over your calories by about 1,000 of them because you ate too much fucking Waffle Crisp. By the way, Katie, I believe we have a protein powder that's going to taste like Waffle Crisp soon. Yeah, we do under MTS. Anyway, processed vegetable oil, canola, soybean. Can't find anything wrong with that. Oats, unless soaked and fermented. Okay, I can imagine. Okay, sugar alcohols. I've made a good amount of money on my protein. By the way, the Outright bar does not have sugar alcohols. Heads up, added sugar, garlic, due to digestive distress. It's a high FODMAP food. As being someone married to an Italian, I'm going to disagree with that. Garlic is super healthy, super high in different healthy micronutrients in it. I like garlic personally. Onions, again, digestive distress. If you're going for the FODMAP thing, that's great. High raffinose vegetables such as cauliflower, broccoli, alkalized water. He's actually against alkalized water. Okay. And coffee. Obviously not following that one. Okay. So the great thing is this diet isn't exclusionary on macronutrients. We've seen a lot of low carb zealots. We've seen a lot of vegan high carb zealots. We've yet to see people who are preaching balance. This diet has all three macros: carbs, protein, and fat. And the beauty of it is it's having a super high micronutrient based food, that's beef, some simple carbohydrates to really help people to have that energy for training. Again, he's training fucking strongmen, and I assume if you're like me, you need some energy for training. And he's eliminating bullshit fats that add up, like canola oil. I don't think anybody here is going to vie for canola oil being awesome. I don't think it's a diet I would follow, but let's get beyond the diet. Let's go beyond the diet. What are his other recommendations, which I think are brilliant once I looked into them? 10-minute walks. I made fun of him because I said, hey, check it out. Are we really considering walking for 10 minutes cardio? He doesn't recommend it for fat loss. He recommends it after a meal to help basically your body digest and process food. There's data to back it up. In fact, there is one study that he did a video on that compares it to, I believe it's glucophage, being more effective to do that than to take a diabetes medication for blood sugar control. I can't hate on that. And this is something that's extreme. And now listen to me. He might be the first one to ever recommend this. Just playing. 8 hours of sleep a night. He recommends sleeping and moving. Yeah. Now, the reason I love this is you got guys like, who's that carb guy, man? Gary Taubes, who's basically saying not to do cardio, to just, you don't need to do cardio. You can just control with a diet. Why even? Shut the fuck up. All right, at the end of the day, movement is good. It makes you healthy. It makes you smarter. Have you ever seen a brain scan before and after a walk? Before a walk, your brain's fucking gray. After a walk, there's lights all over the place. Shit's on fire. So doing that, not only with the sleep, which obviously improved, that's the best performance enhancer we have on this planet is sleep. Optimizing hormones, optimizing sleep, optimizing movement, having a diet that contains all three macronutrients, the most nutrient-dense food on this earth with beef, and some vegetables, and enough sodium. He loves sodium. I fucking love sodium. People underdo sodium because the government recommends no sodium for everybody because they're fucking idiots. I'm a fucking fan. While this isn't my perfect diet, it's Stan's perfect diet. And I would love to talk to him about it because here's the thing, and the whole point of this apology tour is to admit that I have learned more shit after going at people. And I'm man enough or woman enough, whatever I identify as today, to apologize for being such an ornery little bitch and for calling out shit I might not have known 100% about. Is the vertical diet for me? No, not even fucking close. If I have to give up coffee and outright bars, nah, fuck that. However, you throw in the vertical diet with some outright bars and coffee, and I don't think it's one of those you have to do everything here. Take some basic things from it. You know, I'm looking at everything here. All right, check it out. Foods not to eat. Say you have a tummy ache. Avoid beans. Avoid onions. You can learn from this shit, right? Buy his book. Read about it. Learn stuff. All right, check it out. Steak. I'm at a fucking wedding, right? I'm at a wedding. Do I get the chicken or the beef? Get the fucking beef. White rice. My only issue with white rice is that if you eat white rice, you're inherently a racist. I can't condone racism, especially in this time in our nation. You know, we just can't have racism, Stan. No white rice. Can't do it. All right, micronutrients. Yeah, fucking eat veggies. And if you get a tummy ache from eating veggies, don't eat the veggies that cause tummy aches. Fuck! There you go. The vertical diet in a nutshell. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you watching this. We have an article over at Tiger Fitness I'm going to link you to where we, basically I did it. I didn't write this shit. I ain't taken any, where Robert Shinetsky shits all over the vertical diet, but that's Robert. You can take it up with him. That's not, again, people are like, hey man, I read this article on Tiger Fit. I read, they'll give me like, oh, I read this. And I'm like, I don't agree with that. They're like, it was in your magazine. No. I don't write any of that shit. I write my articles. If my name's on it, then I wrote it. But that's basically authors writing about topics that they think. It's not just my belief system. This isn't the manifesto of Marc. It's a great website. Anyway, Tiger Fitness Magazine. I'm going to link it down below. All right. Other than that, man, Stan, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, check it out. Stan's selling the shit out of these books. Buy it, because I'm sure Stan has bills to pay. And Stan, I look forward to chopping it up with you, man. That's not a game.